So not too long ago, I was very deep in thought, pondering upon the various symbols and sigils, and all of a sudden something just clicked, though I don't really know where to go from here. I think most of us are at least familiar with Saturnian symbolism, such as the black cube of Saturn. But if you don't know, it's basically the ultimate symbol of the 3D material world and the never-ending passage of time, which ultimately leads to death. Now, in thinking about it, I was racking my brain for as many examples of the black cube as I could think of, for, say, like in media, or just occurring in other strange ways, whether on purpose or not. But then I asked myself, well, what exactly would the opposite of the black cube be? And well, I have to think it would be a white sphere or a white ball. And then I was thinking of all the examples of that, like the moon. And then it occurred to me, okay, you have a cube or a square, and then the sphere or a circle. Well, of course, they should be 3D, but if somebody were to create a sigil of the square and, this cube and the sphere on paper, they were to draw it, it would be a circle, with the square over it, squaring the circle. Like I said, I don't really know exactly where to go from this, but earlier I did note the moon as being an example of the white ball, and with the whole Saturnian theory, I've heard the moon be brought in. I've heard it be called the Moon-Saturn Matrix, but then that would have to make the moon the opposite of Saturn. Again, I don't really know what to do with this. And of course, the moon represents time, just as much as Saturn. As a matter of fact, the moon is far more important to us than how we tell time. So, I don't know. Maybe a white circle then wouldn't be the opposite of the cube, but maybe just the other side of the coin. But then I wonder, then what would the opposite be? What would the opposite of time be? I don't know, because as demonic I find the Saturnian symbolism to be, I can't really say I know any alternatives that we could exist in. Like, I guess, to just live as spirit and not material. But yeah, it's just something I can't really imagine, I guess. Just not familiar with that. But, well, that's just something that came to me. I thought of it. So I would really, really like to know what everyone thinks. Does anybody else have any maybe better insights? Well, anyway, this has been Lucid Daydreamer. Keep dreaming on.